Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome class 10th in my lecture series for chemistry. In our today's lecture, we will discuss certain uses of methane and then we will discuss about alkene and certain uses of alkene. So let's first move towards our first topic, that is the uses of methane. Methane, being a lighter alkane, is highly flammable, and because of this property it is used as a fuel. So when it is employed as a domestic fuel for the cooking purpose, then it is also called as the sui gas. Second application of the methane is that it is used as an automobile fuel in the form of compressed natural gas. This compressed natural gas is abbreviated as CNG. You must have seen different CNG stations in your area. Now these CNG stations provide the automobile fuel in the form of CNG, that is the compressed natural gas. And this fuel is used for the transportation purpose. Third use of the methane is the manufacturing of urea fertilizers. Now these urea fertilizers are important for the plant growth, and therefore they are added in the soil in order to maximize the growth of plants. So these were the uses of methane. Now let's discuss about the alkenes. We have read about alkene in our previous chapter, and let's revise the concepts that we have read in the previous chapter about the alkene. Alkenes are the hydrocarbons that have one or more carbon double bond carbon. Now if you have C double bond C in any of the organic compound, then that organic compound will be classified as an alkene. The general formula for alkene is CnH2n. Here N represents the number of carbon atoms. How the double bond is formed? The double bond is formed when two pairs of electrons are shared between two same atoms. Let's take the example of a simplest alkene, that is ethene. Now in ethene we know that there are two carbon atoms. So if we have to form a double bond between these two carbon atoms, then there will be the sharing of two electrons between these two carbon atoms by each carbon atom. For example, if we look at carbon number 1, then we know that the valence shell of carbon contains 4 valence electrons. Now 2 electrons of the carbon number 1 are being shared with the 2 electrons of carbon number 2. This carbon number 1 still contains 2 unpaired electrons. Now these 2 unpaired electrons will be shared with the hydrogen atoms in order to complete its octet. So in ethene, there is a single bond between CH, as only one pair of electron is being shared between these two atoms. But there is a double bond between two carbon atoms, because here two pairs of electrons are being shared. So whenever two pairs of electrons are being shared between two same atoms, then there will be the formation of a double bond. Now let's practice drawing the structural formula for different alkenes. First we have propene. Now the prefix prop here represents that this organic compound contains 3 carbon atoms, and ene here representing that this organic compound is an alkene, means that it contains a double bond. So first you will write 3 carbon atoms in a row and then draw a double bond anywhere between 2 carbon atoms. Now after drawing the bonds, you have to complete the rest of the bonds of the carbon atom. Let me first number the carbon atoms. For the carbon number 1, you may see here that 2 bonds are already drawn. We know that carbon forms 4 bonds. So for carbon number 1, we need to draw 2 more bonds. Now look at the carbon number 2. 3 bonds are already drawn. We need to draw 1 more bond because carbon forms 4 bonds. Now look at the carbon number 3. Only 1 bond of carbon number 3 is drawn. So we will draw 3 more bonds for carbon number 3. Now write hydrogen atom at the end of each of the drawn bonds. Now this is your structure of the propene. This is how structure formula for propene is written. Now let's draw the structure for butene. Here but means that this organic compound is containing 4 carbon atoms. So first draw 4 carbon atoms in a row, and I will write it 2 times. Now you may draw double bond at the terminal position, means at the end, or you may draw double bond in the middle. Now let's start completing the number of bonds for each carbon atom. Taking the structure A, for carbon number 1 we need to draw 2 more bonds. For carbon number 2 we need to draw only 1 bond. For carbon number 3 we need to draw 2 more bonds, and for carbon number 4 we need to draw 3 more bonds. Now write hydrogen atoms at the end of each bond. Now if you want to name this structure A, the structure A and structure B are isomers. Now if you want to name this structure A, you will name it by locating the position of double bond. If you look at structure A, then you can observe that the double bond is present between carbon 1 and carbon 2. So here you will name it as 1-butene. Now let's look at the structure B. For structure B, I am just writing the hydrogen atoms with each carbon atom. Now when you look at the structure B, you can easily locate the position of double bond between carbon 2 and carbon 3. So you will name it as 2-butene. So as the number of carbon atoms increases, the isomers for the alkenes also increases. For butene, we have 2 isomers for alkene, 1-butene and 2-butene. Now let's practice drawing the structure formula for pentene. First, you have to draw 5 carbon atoms in a row, and then you may draw double bond anywhere. Let's first start with the position of double bond at the terminal side. So then you will number these carbon atoms and complete the bonds of each carbon atom. Now if you name this compound, you will name it as 1-pentene, because here double bond is present between carbon 1 and carbon 2. Now let's draw another isomer for pentene. First, we drew the double bond between carbon number 1 and carbon number 2. Now we will draw the double bond between carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. After drawing the double bond, let's complete the bonds of each carbon atom. And now you will name this compound. we know that it is a pentene, but we need to locate the position of double bond in this compound, so we will name it as 2-pentene. Now you have to draw the structural formula for different isomers of the hexene yourself, so that you may be able to assess that whether you have understood this concept well or not. Now let's discuss certain uses of ethylene. Ethylene is the other name of ethene. Ethene is used in the manufacturing of polyethylene. Now this polyethylene is a polymer. We have read about it. It is made up of small units called monomer. And the monomer in the polyethylene is the ethene. Poly means many. So this means that in this polymer, large number of ethene molecules are connected to each other. Now this polyethylene is used for the manufacturing of plastics. It may be used for the manufacturing of low density polyethylene. This low density polyethylene is used for the formation of plastic sheets, or it may be used in the formation of high density polyethylene, and this high density polyethylene may be employed in the formation of bottles, plastic bottles. Another use of ethene is in the synthesis of ethylene glycol. This is the structure for ethylene glycol. So this structure is OHCH2 CH2OH. Now this ethylene glycol is synthesized from ethene, and this ethylene glycol is an anti-freezing agent, and this anti-freezing agent is used in the radiators of the cars. It prevents the freezing of the engine in the winter season, and it also prevents the overheating in the summer season. So this ethylene glycol is synthesized from ethene. This ethene is also employed in the artificial ripening of fruits. Ripening fruits and vegetables gives off ethene, which helps in further ripening. जब फ्रूट्स या वेजिटेबल पक रहे होते हैं तो उनके पकने के दौरान ईथीन गैस जो है वो रिलीज़ होती है, और वो गैस जो है वो उस पकने के अमल को मज़ीद बढ़ाती है या कंप्लीट करती है. Ethene is used to hasten the normal ripening process. For example, if we have 1 kilogram of tomatoes, then in order to ripe 1 kilogram of tomatoes, we need 0.1 milligram ethane exposure. 0.1 milligram ethene exposure. This is ethene for 24 hours. Now in this duration, exposure of ethene will ripe 1 kilogram of tomatoes. So this is one of the use of the ethene in the artificial ripening of fruits and vegetables. Now if we talk about the occurrence of alkene in the nature, then we may quote an example of tomatoes. The red color of tomatoes is because of the organic compound present in it, which is named as lycopene. This is the structure for lycopene. In this structure, you may easily recognize the presence of double bonds. Now, since the double bond is present in this structure, so therefore this lycopene is an alkene. So, just studied about the example of an alkene from the nature. This lycopene is an alkene, and it is responsible for the red color of the tomatoes. So this was all for today. We will discuss about the preparation of an alkene in our tomorrow's lecture. Thank you for being with me.